It appears we have an emergency situation here where Singing Owl needs profile pictures to be made. So let's get some invites out to some friends. Everyone invite one person or 3 people if you're feeling adventurous who have not enjoyed the stream before, so that they can become owls and, more importantly, get a profile picture made for Singing Owl. All right, let's get that happening here. Vodka Owl, the prodigal owl, has returned. Glad to see that. Alright, boys and girls, let's get this show on the road. Let's get this thing started here with the Paracosmic Sip. Make sure that you have a glass of some sort to partake in the world-famous Paracosmic Sip. It could be a glass, a cup, anything, a wine glass, a mug, whatever makes you happy, and have a liquid of some kind to partake in the world-famous Paracosmic Sip that we're going to be taking part in right now. In 3, 2, 1... Welcome everybody to Ask a Wizard. Welcome. Let's get this screen up in here because OBS is a terrible piece of software that never works. All right, let's go. And tonight on Ask a Wizard, we've got the Demise of Lobster Boi. We're going to be exploring the INTP personality type and the mystery of Setu's bridge, and so much more. But before we get all that started, we have to partake in the world-famous Paracosmic Sip. This is a sensation sweep in the nation. It is more effective than 50% of over-the-counter medication because it utilizes the placebo effect, which is your mind's ability to alter reality. So, if you want to partake in this event, all you need is a beverage of any kind, and that is going to allow you to take part in the Paracosmic Sip. Let's get this thing started right here, right now. It is time for the Paracosmic Sip. Don't worry, the actual music, way better. Way better. Here we go. Let's get this going. Boom. Some nice relaxing music. Oh yeah, that's some stress relieving music if I ever heard some. Alright, and let's get that up here. And of course, what Paracosmic Sip would be complete without the Owl of Relaxation? Doesn't it just bring the relief of stress the second you look into his adorable little eyes as he sits there perched in nature? Nevertheless, we shall relieve stress. So, to take part in this activity, if you're new here, you may have never done this before, so this is going to be weird, but just go with it. Trust me, this is very odd. What you want to do is make an energy ball in between your hands. And I know that sounds crazy. You're like, what in the world does that mean? Just hold your hand. Imagine there's an energy ball in between your hand. It's important to use your imagination or this won't work. When you visualize there's a ball of energy in your hands, what you'll start to notice is weird wavy lines. You may even see glowing color. That is your energy ball that you're creating here. And if you press in lightly on it, you'll actually feel a gentle force pushing back, almost like a magnetic force. Now, What you want to do is imagine that ball glowing the color that represents the stress or anxiety or any negative feelings you have right now. And imagine it filling up from the bottom all the way to the top as the energy drains out from your body, goes into your hands, and fills up this ball of energy. Now that it's nice and filled, all you have to do is let it go, and it'll float away and dissipate into the air. But that's not good enough. We've simply released the energy, which feels great, but it will come right back if we don't replace it with something else. That's where the paracosmic sip comes in. So, what you want to do is place your hand over the top of your glass. I'm holding mine up so you can see it in the camera, but you can put yours on the ground. It's not necessary for you to hold it up. Now, what you'll do is place your hand over it and imagine the energy you need glowing on the bottom of your cup. And imagine it filling up your cup, but this time, imagine the energy that you need. Maybe it's energy for the day, maybe it's relaxation, maybe it's sleep. Whatever energy you need right now, imagine it starting in the bottom, glowing all the way up to the top. Make sure you're using your imagination or it won't work. But in 3, 2, 1, you should feel a tingle. And that means that it's fully charged. Once you've done that, you now have a charged up paracosmic sip and realize that you are about to partake in an event with people all around the globe, people from Montana, people from Australia, people from Ireland, people from Texas, people from New York, people from California, Washington, Oregon, all over the country, about to partake in the world famous paracosmic sip in 3, 2, 1. And when you do, you'll feel that energy go right down you, fill up your whole body with the exact energy you need. And that, my friends, is the world famous paracosmic sip. Now, I can't make the claims that many of you have, like, for example, that it's helped you with stress, helped relieve anxiety, helped you fall asleep. I can't make any of those claims, but you can let us know your personal experience with the paracosmic sip in the comments below. If you've had a great experience, feel free to let us know. So let's get this show on the road. How we doing over in chat, Peeves?
Good. Cheesecake Owl said, I had a dream last night that a guy offered me and Tyler $1,000 to stay at the Chili's house.
Oh no, I wouldn't do it for my life savings. Are you kidding? Actually, I take that back. I would do it for free. Can you imagine? I would do a seance style show in there and convince everyone that it was like plagued with demons, because I would just sit there and spend a 24-hour live stream just crapping on their brand and telling everyone this place, demons. Wow, the Chili's have summoned dark forces into this home, and that would be the entire bit. It would be great.
I asked if he did it. He said Tyler told the guy to go away, you paracosmic fiend. And then he woke up.
You paracosmic fiend, begone, demon! I exile you to the wells of which you came.
And Singing Owl says, I feel bad for California owls. We need to save any and all California owls.
I agree. Yeah, it's pretty rough over there. My gosh, it's getting rough. It's getting really rough. I heard Texas, on the other hand, go in the right direction in life. They're not forcing people to gag themselves anymore, and they're opening up their businesses. So that's pretty great. Let's give a round of applause for our Texas Owls. All right.
Michael is going to bed.
Oh, goodbye. Good night, Michael. Have a good bed. Sleep. Night. Wow. I'm just going to move on to the Weekly Weird. Let's go ahead here and move on to the next segment, which is the Weekly Weird. This Week in Weird, we're going to play a little game, guys, kind of like Pokemon, of Who's That Pokemon? What is Australia's most deadly venomous creature? So, chat, you guys can theorize in the comments below. What is the most deadly venomous creature in Australia? Meaning, which creature kills more people with venom? That is the theory. That is what we're looking at here. Let's find out. OPBs, you can theorize as well.
In chat?
In chat?
Out loud.
You guys can drop in chat. OPBs, you can theorize out loud. Let's hear.
So, I know they have, like, a really poisonous snake.
Really poisonous snake?
I forgot what it was called.
Black Mamba?
Maybe?
I think
or
that
like
might be it.
Cottonmouth?
Cottonmouth snakes. Those are both really deadly. We have an Australia in the house, so maybe he can let us know.
Don't they also have platypus?
They do have platypi.
And platypus are venomous, too.
They are very venomous.
And they have the blue ring octopus.
Blue ring octopus.
They
Wow.
have a cone snail.
A cone snail. Why do you know so many poisonous creatures in Australia? Have you been doing research? All right. Let's see what the chat's got to say.
Spiders. Let's see. Vodka Owl says driver ants.
Driver ants.
I've never heard of those.
That's spooky.
Do you think Ants Canada has those?
Singing Owl says but something.
Singing Owl said Tyler is tired, but what's...
That's true. I'm so tired because I stayed up till 3 in the morning last night laughing at your guys' comments. I went through... There we go. All right. We got the green light, guys. My goodness. I am so sorry about that. That was awful. We haven't had an experience like that for a while. My goodness. Well, now, according to according to YouTube, there are currently 2 people here. So the 7 people that have just been chatting this whole time, you don't exist according to YouTube. They've invalidated you. So am I the only one that has buffering video? I don't want to miss the personality thing. No, Alex, that is a global issue that's going on right now, but it looks like we're back in order. So let's start from the top. We were guessing Australian animals. Alex has guessed the black mamba, and we're back to 8 people. Woo! Thank you, Alice, for sticking with us. Thank you so much. I know how annoying that can be. You guys are the best. All right, so we got bullet ants over here from Vodka Owl. We got the black mamba from OPVs. We got driver ants. My apologies. And so most deadly venomous creature in Australia. They did a recent report. It just came out. Are you ready?
Yes.
The animal that is the most deadly venomous creature in Australia is bees.
What?
Yep, that's right. They did a study, and it turns out the most hospitalizations and deaths are from one venomous creature in Australia, and it is the bee.
Are you kidding me?
No. So the reason why is it's the commonness of the bee's venom allergy. Apparently, a lot of people are allergic to bees, and what's weird is the allergy to bees can be developed much later in life. So as a kid, you cannot be allergic to them, and then as you get older, you get stung by a bee, and you can just drop, not even realizing it. So this is an important time to note. You guys should definitely get allergy tests. These are easy things to take that can let you know a lot of life-saving information and just useful stuff. There's people who are like mildly allergic to tomatoes and don't even know it, and it causes them to just feel kind of crappy, gain weight, hold on to water, just because they're slightly allergic to them, and they don't even realize it. So try out an allergy test, and that, my friends, is the most deadly creature in Australia as of 2020.
Wow.
Woo!
Singing Owl actually guessed it.
Ooh, Singing Owl popping off. Look at that. Singing Owl popping off. What a legend. All right, let's move on to something more important than the news, because the news is an irrelevant piece of crap that you should never be involved with. What is something you should care about, though? Build, growing, create. Today we're going to be looking at how to jump inspiration videos. So if you guys are taking part in the jump challenge, which is this is our guide that we use to figure out how to jump like an expert. I studied experts using the accelerated learning model and came up with this short list right here of training and do's and don'ts to take you from not being able to jump just like me and Alex to being able to jump an additional 9 inches in 1 month. So if you want to take part in this how to jump challenge, all you need to do is take a snapshot of this, screenshot of these pictures. We'll probably throw it in the Discord at some point as well. And this is the training that we're doing and the techniques we're going to use to increase our jumping abilities. Now, this is a brief diagram on how to jump as well. We're going to try our best as a community to increase the amount of our jumps. We want to have more inches added to our jumps as a total community than Michael Jordan has for his full jump. Now, Michael Jordan set the world record at 48 inches for his jump. We want our total community's increase in inches to beat or meet Michael Jordan's record. So that's the goal for us, is to try and jump our way to beating Michael Jordan, guys. That is the goal for the community. So if you want to take part in the How to Jump Wizard Jump Challenge, this is the premises right here. Exercise sucks. Training for superpowers is awesome. So we're going to use the Wizard Accelerated Learning Model to master a skill as quickly as we can in 1 month. As a community, we seek to get as good as we can in one skill as quickly and effectively as possible. This month's challenge is jumping. We're going to try and increase our vertical jump by 9 inches in just 1 month. If you want to take the jump challenge, challenge one friend to see who can gain the most inches, and the loser has to donate an amount of money to the charity of the winner's choice. So before you begin, you can set up and say, hey, I bet $10. $10 goes to this charity. The other person says $10 goes to that charity. Whoever gets the most inches gained wins. Join our Discord or the stream Monday through Friday here at 8 p.m. Pacific Coast time, and check in with us, as I am going to be putting out propaganda for you guys every single day here on Build, Grow, and Create to motivate you to keep challenging yourself to grow and follow our training. So without further ado, let's get to the propaganda right here, right now, and let's see some good old jumping propaganda. Boo, 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 boo.
I can't wait to jump. We had a very unfortunate...
Oh, yeah. We wanted to jump today, and we weren't able to because of a scheduling error. It was frustrating. But that's okay. It's okay. We'll get there. Oh, gosh. I'm looking at an ad. Oh, God. Help me. Help me. All right. All right. We're good. So let's take a look. Please do not try this at home. This is jumping challenge is not about jumping off buildings, and you should not be utilizing your new powers for jumping off buildings. That being said, if you do it and you're a professional jumper and you somehow survive, you can send us that video. But again, I don't encourage that in any way, shape, or form, because you'll probably die. Boom! Yeah, we're doing vertical jumps. But that doesn't mean we can't get inspired. This is going to be us, guys, in just a little bit. In like 1 month, we're going to be doing better than this. We're going to be jumping over the buildings.
Oh my God.
I imagine we're going to just jump over an entire building. That's how good we're going to be.
Jump from the ground on top of the building.
Exactly.
Not from building to building.
No, not from building to building. We're going to start at the ground floor and just go all the way to the top. Whew. They're insane. Oh my word. This is gonna look at that. This is actual footage of the future of Sherlock Owl. Right there. Boom. That was Sherlock Owl in real time. Let's see if we can get a picture of Vodka Owl in here. Oh. Here's Vodka Owl. Boom. Vodka Owl crushing. Let's take a look. Oh, there's Colin doing some backflips. Oh, there's Alex. Woo! Alex landed in the backflip. My goodness. Let's see. Oh, there's Singing Owl doing a backflip. Woo! Cheesecake Owl just going over. My word. There's OPBs. And again, I'm not encouraging you guys. Please don't kill yourselves doing stupid stuff like this. But, I mean, inspiration for running and jumping. My word. The jump challenge is such a great idea. Oh, I'm so inspired. I can't wait to just go over and jump over people who are small. I'm just going to go... Oh, did you see how high he got? That's going to be us right here. Check this out. This is Ducky Owl. Boom! Look at that. That's crazy. Oh, my word. There's Giovanni doing a barrel roll into the snow. My word. There's Hewitt Owl doing his hops over in California. Oh my gosh, that's insane. Oh yeah, we'll drop the Discord server in here. Leap of faith, I love it. Or not. All right, come on. Why? What's going on? All right, I got it. Boom. Dropping that link into the Discord for you. Boom. So that, my friends, is our jumping propaganda for today. That is the propaganda to get you inspired to join the jumping challenge. Soon, this will be the owl community flying through the air, and be on the lookout for more propaganda videos in the near future as we become top line jumpers following the hashtag Wizard Jump Challenge, where we are going to follow this guide right here. We'll drop it in the Discord so that you can join us, and we together will defeat Michael Jordan. Now, I picked Michael Jordan for a very specific reason. Michael Jordan is known for having an incredibly over-the-top competitive personality. He is the kind of person that this would actually get under his skin. If we beat him and we publicize it, there's a good chance he could lose his mind, and that would be really funny. So, let's do the How to Jump Challenge here. Build, grow, and create. Let's move on to the first incredible video, my friends. IRL Master Splinter. So this is a video of a guy. Now, a lot of people have been complaining in the news lately. They say, did you know that trash collectors get more money than school teachers? First off, that's a lie. School teachers get insanely good pay. They only work like 6 months a year. They get every major holiday off. They get summers off. They have assistants to do all their work for them, and they do a terrible, crappy job. They're overpaid daycare centers, and they do a horrible propaganda campaign. Garbage men actually provide value. So I don't think that there is a comparison there at all. Garbage men are way more valuable than teachers. Now let's take a look at a trash man on his job getting into a fight with Splinter.
I have a question for you, Alex.
Yes. All right. What's up?
Okay, Cheesecake Owl says he hates spending time in his mom's house and he's there until Friday. Do you have any tips for how to make time go by faster?
To make time go by faster? Yeah, read books, join the streams. You can go and work on jumping. You can learn to jump better, like we're using the guide here for. Hang out in the Discord, chat away, hang out with other owls, and read the books. Read books, read the Wizard Library stuff, gain knowledge, and whenever it's difficult, remember that you can turn difficulty into a challenge by using the Stoic philosophies of Marcus Aurelius's meditations. So those would be my advice for you. Let's take a look. All right, so this man is going to collect some garbage, probably in LA or New York, given the propensity for rats. So he kicks so they kick the trash cans to get the rats out, because if they don't, they'll lose their mind and attack him. He chats with them too.
Come on, bro. Come on. Get your stuff together and get out of here.
Get your stuff together and get out of here.
Get your stuff together.
Tell all your boys, let's go.
Tell all your boys, let's go.
Yeah.
I love it.
Rest of you guys.
Come on.
Wake up.
I'm waiting for the homeless guy to be like, hey, this is my house. Get out of here. Look how many rats there are in that thing. This is worse than our fruit fly problem.
Not that much. Compared to, like, New York.
Oh, yeah?
New York has a big problem.
I haven't seen the New York rats. Maybe that's a new content piece we should check out.
More rats than people.
I can hear you.
You can hear
Let's go.
So he's blopping them away. He eventually clears out the rats. And he gets ready to move his trash barrel. Gets a little stuck.
Oh, damn.
Uh-oh. So he's got to scrape it by the wall. It barely fits.
Still. Come on, bro.
And there's one rat left. He's clinging on to life.
Can't go back in there.
But this rat has different ideas. He ain't just an ordinary rat. Boom! He goes for him. He takes him out.
Oh,
And that's the last he was ever seen. He died. He died of a rat attack. That Splinter murdered him in his sleep. He was found tied up and dressed as a Ninja Turtle. You might not have known this, but Splinter, actually a sociopath. Look at this leap. Look at the jumps he's got. He must have taken the How to Jump course. He must have taken the How to Jump course. Watch him. Right there. Here he goes. Boom!
He's so aggressive.
Oh, just jumps him. Oh, and so that's Splinter IRL.
Oh
That's insane. My word, what a rat. I'm impressed. I'm actually impressed with that rat. I know I shouldn't be on his team, but I'm kind of on his team. He's pretty cool. He's so tiny, and he's just like, going for it. He took the How to Jump.
Brave.
He learned how to jump from Ask a Wizard. Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Accelerated learning.
Accelerated
He could
learning
only
model.
jump like an inch before he took the course.
Exactly.
A week ago.
Now he's able to jump 100 miles. That's a recorded fact.
Did you see how far that was?
That's higher than Michael Jordan.
Yeah, Michael Jordan's being outperformed by a rat.
Whoa. Peavy saying slanderous
Step
lies.
it up. What?
My goodness.
Am I not allowed to say that?
All right, let's take a look at the next video, which is today's History's Mysteries.
Woo.
The mystery of Setu Bridge. We are traveling to India, between an island and Sri Lanka. There exists a mysterious wonder of the world that is like the pyramids and the Great Wall of China had a baby. Now, many fake skeptics are afraid to look into this case because it stands as a strong testament against their fake science religion. But not today. Allow me to be your wizard guide as we explore the mysteries of Setu Bridge. There is a massive stone bridge connecting Sri Lanka to an island that is over 30 miles long, and it is thousands of years old. Now, skeptics have said that this bridge is supposedly naturally occurring. However, the Indian tradition teaches that their god-ish kind of guy named Lord Brahma, who is a spiritual figure in the Indian religions, appeared to have the same gifts as those of the Greek gods, maybe tying in with the Greek god theory of before. And he came in and built the stone bridge himself. Now, this massive bridge is so large that you can see it from an aerial view from space. So this thing is giant bridge. Now, while the pseudo-skeptics lied about the stones being natural, upon investigation, it was found that the stones were not only made of a different material than that which was available naturally, but also the rocks were younger than the sand beneath them, proving that they were placed by someone or something. In fact, this bridge was recorded as a walkable bridge up until the 15th century and was recorded on travel maps as a way of getting from one place to the other. It was said that their god created a floating rock to help navigate the bridge gaps, and that way only those approved by this being would be allowed to cross. And in fact, there is a strict restriction on the bridge to this day, and no one is allowed to build a quote-unquote real bridge over it, despite the fact that it would help them a lot with their trade routes. What makes this even more bizarre is that there are multiple sightings to this day, and here are some photos of them, of floating rocks appearing on the route and sinking into the ocean without any explanation. Some people believe it might be volcanic rocks, which have been known to float, but no one has an explanation yet as to these mysterious appearing and disappearing stones that match up perfectly with the lore of the Indian bridge. So, What we're looking at here is a bridge that is submerged in water now as water levels have risen, and floating rocks still appears. So, no matter what the skeptics seem to throw at this bridge, nothing seems to stick. It looks like it was a man-made bridge that sunk underwater and still, to this day, has floating rocks that appear. We may never know the true answer, but one thing is for sure. We know that the world is far more interesting and that there is far more than we understand going on all around the world, just waiting to be explored. And who knows, if there is so much evidence to support the Greek gods who were being actually angels and demons, perhaps the Indians encountered similar beings of angels and demons, and their guy who built this bridge is one of them. Could it be that the theory of the Greek gods is connected to the mystery of Ram Setu? Perhaps it's a stretch, but certainly it wouldn't be the strangest thing we have encountered on Ask a Wizard. So what do you guys think? Let us know your thoughts below. What do you guys think about this bridge? Do you think it is somehow secretly man-made, or do you think that it was built by people, kind of like the pyramids? This is a massive undertaking. This is a 30-mile stone bridge going into the waters all the way up so that people can stand, and there's a lot of historical evidence to support that this guy showed up and built it. But scientists say it couldn't be possible, but yet, here it is, standing to this day with unnatural rocks, younger rocks than the sand below. What could have caused it? What do you think?
Scientists are often wrong.
That's true. The scientists are often wrong.
Could be a bridge to Atlantis.
Ooh, a bridge to it. Oh, you're just trying to tie it into Atlantis. Finally, I find a story that doesn't lead back to Atlantis, and you try to lead us back to Atlantis. No, sirdy. Alex has an interesting proposal. Perhaps this was done with a type of magnetic power. Very interesting. That's like some of that Tesla technology. Ooh. By the way, the door's open behind you. Could you close that? Thank you. We've been lied to about how the world works since preschool. That's true. That's what the accelerated or the self-learning course is all about, which is available for free in the disclaimer, by the way, if you guys want that. Yeah, we have been lied to. That's interesting. Okay, so magnetic force, maybe that's how they built it. Who knows? But very mysterious indeed. It's weird that you don't hear about this in school. You would think India's version of the Great Wall of China plus pyramids. You think people would mention that. Why do we hear about the pyramids and the Great Wall but not Ram Setu's bridge?
So the rocks are like floating in the water?
No, so there's real rocks that build a bridge, but then there's gaps. And in between the gaps, floating rocks will appear and then sink.
Whoa.
And the idea was that the rocks were lifted by this being so that people who are not worthy could not go on the path.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like they couldn't swim?
Basically, yeah.
Are we able to visit it?
Yeah. It's considered a sacred site over in India.
It's 30 miles?
30 miles.
Wow.
But it's now underwater.
Oh.
Yeah. So you can't cross it anymore. But you can see it.
Maybe, if you're worthy.
Yeah, maybe.
The
The rocks float up and let you float through. Could be.
Exactly.
Possibly.
Or just swim.
Possibly. So that is today's History's Mysteries, boys and girls. Now we're going to move on to another incredible video. China enrages an ancient creature. So something weird's going on in China. This was taken recently, or I could unlock my screen for no reason. That's cool. All right, so China apparently has upset something in July 2020. So very recently, within the last 6 months. No one knows what's going on here, but listen to this thing. This is in Guizhou, China. No, the sound of chipmunk-like creatures is the Chinese people. That is not what we're trying to identify here. That is the noise that we're trying to identify. Right? What on earth? Gojira?
That's Japan.
What is going on in China, people? What on earth? All right, so my theory, the Chinese have been doing so many evil things lately that they've angered a titan of lore, and it's come back for revenge. That's my theory. They're like, enough with the pollution, enough with the spreading fake flu things, enough with the economics, enough with invading Africa and taking their land. No more! Release the Titans! That's my theory. What do you guys think? What's going on over in China?
Sherlock Owl says, wow, China might kill us all.
Whoa, that's true. They might. That's a very good point. They're attempting to do that. They're very bad people.
Yeah. Alex says, if the rocks would raise up when they got close to cross, then magnetics would make sense.
Ooh,
True.
Tracking human potential. Wow.
And then Vodka Owl says, OP, it's not from a mythical animal. It's one Cloud City trailer or when lightning echoes.
Interesting. No idea what that means, but sounds like a good theory.
Giovanni says, Godzilla saying, Kong, catch my fate.
Oh, there we go. All right, so we've got some lore going on. We've got Godzilla. We've got King Kong. The Bible say crazy animals will be released in the end times. That would be so epic. Could you imagine
Epic?
if God's just like, get them, boys! And then just Aslan's plowing by you. He's just like, nah, you chill. You're Christian. Just plowing through buildings.
No, thank you.
Oh, that'd be amazing. I'm on board. I'm on Team Aslan. It'd be legendary.
Okay, Vodka Owl clarified. He said,
I'm killing fruit
there's
flies.
no mythical animal. It's just something called the lightning effect.
Ooh.
The lightning effect where lightning hits two pieces of lightning and echoes.
Interesting.
Never heard of it.
Me either. I'm going to stick with the Godzilla theory. I think that seems more likely, upsetting an ancient god with their pollution.
Cheesecake Owl says Kong will win.
Oh.
I disagree.
All right. Well, I'm going to go on Team Indecisive. I'm ENTP. All right, let's take a look at the next segment, which is the Wizard Academy and the Arcanauts, exploring the INTP. This is our wonderful owl friend, Alex. Is he now officially Alex Owl? Because that would be a really funny name for him, especially given that he's an INTP. So we got the exploring the INTP. Let's take a look here. So, the INTP is known for his dry, humorous, confident, yet insecure approach to life. The INTP is a living paradox. They are highly confident when it comes to their core principles, and they know that their core principles are correct. But at the same time, they're anxious about how the world might react to these ideas. They are unconcerned with the majority most of the time, but on rare occasions, they might get this sudden just desire to know, what do other people think about them? Are we being weird? And so that can come up out of seemingly nowhere for the INTP. The INTP is known for their capacity to complicate the outside world on purpose, to show the holes in a belief and reveal the multiple possibilities that could also be. They like to emphasize what we don't know, not what we do know, and value the principles of logic and the mind over feelings. This can cause them a little bit of trouble because they don't care how you feel about a problem, they care how you think about a problem. These flexible thinkers take unconventional approaches and seek out unlikely paths, which can lead people to say, INTP, please stop overcomplicating things, because they refuse to accept the data as it is, or as it appears, until it is logically consistent with their internal values that are within themselves. Now, this personality type is a solid 3% of the population, as it is essentially a more mellow and brooding version of the ENTP, which is, while still prone to obsessing over a topic until it's found to be logically consistent, this process is done internally rather than externally, which makes them less prone to wild, risky behavior like that of the ENTP. So let's take a look at some of the archetypes here of the INTP. So the first one that we see popping up for the archetype is the AI logic robots. So this is your Sherlock Holmes type, the person who seems to just be a computer inside of a human being. This constantly analyzing internal world of data and then figuring out the truth of the matter. This is personified perfectly with Sherlock Holmes. In fact, he shows up like 5 different times from 5 different universes for Sherlock Holmes as the INTP. There's only one example of Sherlock not being an INTP where he's an ENTP, and that was when he was played by Robert Downey Jr. So very strongly leaning into that character type for Sherlock. This that would also lead into the great detective archetype. This is the master detective, the logician. This is seen really well with the character of L. So L from Death Note is an example of this similar type of internally solving puzzles into their head. And then finally, the strategist. You see this represented with Kakashi in Naruto as well as Shikamaru in Naruto as these characters who are coming up with advanced strategies and thinking things through logically and internally, coming up with a plan before they execute it. Now, on the shadow side, we have the obsessive genius, the sociopath, and the sarcastic know-it-all. So, for example, here we have Jeffrey Dahmer, the serial killer, is this sociopathic killer. And then on the right, we have another sociopathic killer who likes to inject people with chemicals and give them viruses. So that's another example of an obsessive genius. Now, I can't help the fact that these two people look the same. That's just the way it is. I can't help that this is just looks like Jeffrey Dahmer on the left and what looks to be an older version of Jeffrey Dahmer on the right. I can't change genetics, people. That's just the way things are. That being said, these are two INTPs that are not very good people. As you can see, there are good INTPs and there are bad INTPs as well. So I can't tell the difference between these two photos. Maybe one was taken a little bit later in his life. What do you think, O'Peeves? Yep. Now let's move on to the personalities and character types here. This is just an example of some of the various INTPs throughout history. You got Sherlock Holmes, you've got Kakashi from Naruto, L from Death Note, Alice from Alice in Wonderland, Jeffrey Dahmer, the serial killer, Bill Gates, the virus injector guy, Garfield the cat, Shikamaru from Naruto, Neo from The Matrix, Abraham Lincoln, Charles Darwin, the freaky obsessive eater guy who went from island to island eating every animal he analyzed and having just a disturbing relationship with his cousins. Brian Griffith from Family Guy. Rene Descartes, a famous philosopher who invented the expression, "I think, therefore I am." And of course, one of my favorite philosophers, Pascal. Those are all examples of INTPs. Now, let's take a look into the strengths and the weaknesses of the INTP. Oh, or I could just switch to my ad out of nowhere. All right, so on the strength sides, we see that they are some of the greatest analysts and abstract thinkers on the planet. These are the kinds of people you want sitting down with you on a game of Risk. These dudes are able to think things through, plan things out, and strategize. On top of this, they also have a huge capacity for imaginative thinking as well as very original plan design. They can think outside the box because they're always breaking the world down into its pieces and then trying to figure out the truth that resonates with their own personal values. This allows them to also be oddly very open-minded. They're able to accept hearing various pieces of information and are not ready to just dismiss anything because of that delayed process of the internal processing unit. They have to take it in and see how it compares with their values, so they're able to look at things more objectively on the surface. They tend to be very enthusiastic when they get wrapped up into something that they're passionate about, and very objective people. So they're the kinds of people that once they're presented with objective evidence, they're able to change their mind very quickly, and they're known for being able to be very honest and straightforward as well, because they like to be consistent to their internal principles. Now, let's move on to the weaknesses. The weaknesses is they are very private and withdrawn. So this is something that you see very much so with this personality type. They are trying to be, you see this with Kakashi going off into his house, living alone. You see this with Sherlock Holmes living in his own apartment until he couldn't afford it anymore. And then he goes and gets his partner Watson to help him pay the rent and tells him to stay out of his house, basically. So you see this very private and withdrawn element in these people. They can also be known for being pretty insensitive. They don't care what your feelings are, so they will tell you the truth, regardless of whether or not the truth is just going to hurt the person. They don't care. They just want to speak what's true. Oddly, they also have a tendency to go into absent-minded behavior. They can be very easily distracted by their obsession and miss basic, simple things going on. Like, for example, paying a bill is something that would slip the INTP's attention while they're obsessing over a project. They can also be known for being condescending. They have a very high intelligence and they're very fast processors, so they can come off as a bit condescending for people who just can't keep up with the speed of their brains. They, like the ENTP, loathe rules and guidelines. They would say, screw the rules, I'm not interested in these guidelines, no thank you, you're trying to constrain me, how dare you? Now, while the ENTP is more likely to burn the entire system down and then get themselves into trouble, the INTP is more intelligent and will do their crimes in personal life and just break the rules on their own rather than just going full Joker mode like the ENTP. And finally, they do have a tendency to second guess themselves. They are aware enough to see that their internal foundational principles are indeed worthy of subjecting to inquiry as well. And so that can lead them to wondering, well, maybe I am wrong about everything. And that can lead to some spiraling behavior. So that is the strengths and the weaknesses of the INTP. How are we doing in chat? We got some feedback. We got some thoughts. How are our INTPs doing in the chat?
Good. Is he Merlin?
Merlin is an INTP.
Oh.
Absolutely. I'm coming after Merlin. Take him out.
So, Alex, our INTP, says Kakashi is his favorite anime character.
Yes!
One of his favorite anime
He's
characters.
a legend.
He loves Risk.
Ooh, call it.
Yeah. And he says, dude, I always tell people I'm arguing with and I'm willing to be wrong, but you have to prove it.
Exactly. And that's what's so infuriating for people who are like Alex, the ISFPs, because they're like, but I want to feel good about it. And you're like, it doesn't matter if you feel good. It's not true. Defend your point.
For me?
For all people that are into the little ISFP realm. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
With thinking, I power up my key energy. Nice, Giovanni. Has Giovanni taken the test? We need to find out.
Yeah, he has. Not that I know of. He hasn't taken the test, but.
That's all right, Bacal. Stay strong. I believe in you.
I am the. Is ISFP adventurer? I'm ISFP, but
we haven't done ISFP yet, so we'll take a look.
But yes, I am ISFP, Sherlock.
She is an ISFP.
ISFP.
All right. Is there any other questions, any comments or concerns we need to address?
No comments, but this seems to be like on point accurate.
I'm glad to hear that that's sounding accurate. Yeah, I love the INTP is one of my favorite types because it's one of the few people that ENTPs can relate with because they think in the same way. The only difference is that extroverts go and take it out into the world while INTPs take it inward into their head. And so it's very fun to be able to just sit there and spiral until 6 a.m. about something that other people think's irrelevant because they're just not on our level. That's my theory.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very,
very important theory.
Interesting.
Yes.
Theory. Giovanni wants to know what you know about the Hollow Earth.
I don't know much at all. Is that like the Earth is made of paper mache or something? Like what?
Hollow Earth.
So like the Earth is just like
it's hollow.
So it's just paper. That seems a little unlikely to me, but I don't know.
I guess it's like a King Kong Godzilla.
All right.
Thing. Like that's where they come from. Is the Hollow Earth.
I mean, I'm open to seeing the evidence. I'll look into. Can you put that on the list? We'll search Hollow Earth. Let's see what the evidence is for that. I mean, we didn't think there'd be any evidence for a giant ice wall in Antarctica, and look where that left us. It's a world-changing phenomenon. So we'll look into it. Let's see what the Hollow Earth is all about.
Alex says mind over matter.
Exactly. All right, let's take a look at the next segment, which is Live Wizard Readings. But before we do that, we got the self-learning course for you guys up there in the disclaimer. If you want to invite your friends to the stream, send them that link too. They get the free course. Tell them to put your owl name in there. When you do, if they ever purchase the Wizard Library down the line, you will get $45 cash. So, if you want to help us promote the self-learning course and help the world become filled with people who know how to think, then that is the course for you to drop the link for them for. All right, let's get these Live Wizard Readings going. Who is up first? Or, I guess we'll just skip right to the bizarre going batty. All right, let's take a look at the next...
We got...
Where are my cards? Let's get the reading.
Singing Owl.
All right, Singing Owl, let's go. I'm just killing some fruit flies real quick. You know me, murdering fruit flies. That's what they call me. Master, we need a fruit bat in here to eat the fruit flies.
I honestly, Athena Owl, send us some huntsmen.
Oh, PV says release the huntsman. My word.
Not cuddly enough. These things are ridiculous, though.
They are. They're absurd. They are a plague upon us.
But
I have killed so many of them.
We have traps, and they seem to be working a little bit.
That's true. Sherlock Owl says, ooh. Ooh. King Monkey, too. Interesting.
Stomper Owl.
Darren looking for a reading as well.
That's Stomper
Owl. Stomper Owl. My apologies, Stomper Owl.
How dare you.
The fruit fly genocide. I agree. Genocide of the fruit flies. This will be written down in the books of law.
I didn't agree with genocide, but that one I can get behind.
Whoa.
Fruit fly genocide.
Hi guys, I'm new here. Welcome. How's it going?
That's Ducky.
I know, but why is she saying that? Is it because she has a friend with her?
I don't know.
Awesome. All right, is the only Singing Owl here?
Singing Owl. Haven't seen her yet, but Alex asks, how do they make that test so accurate?
So it's based off of the work of Carl Jung. So essentially, what it's doing is it's not defining who you are. It's instead doing a very interesting form of psychology, which, by the way, one of the most statistically backed forms of psychology that exist. Most of psychology does not meet the criteria upon which the Myers-Briggs and the Big Five personality type are based on, and that's why most of psychology isn't accurate. 80% of psychological research can't be reproduced. That means 80% of the articles you read about psychology are complete lies. So you have to be really careful with this information because most of the time it's not true. This one works by going and saying, here is the spectrum of data that we've collected about people. Now, from the data we've collected, so here is the potential of humanity that we have, let's see which patterns, let's categorize these patterns and see which ones are predictive. So rather than trying to assess and put someone in a box and then say, these boxes do this, it's instead saying, here's a group of people doing a very specific set of behaviors. What do they have in common? And so you take people, and it'd be like if I went up and told you, did a study and was like, okay, well, let's pick a behavior between people who enjoy, say, video games and people who enjoy, what would be a good counter thing to video games? Maybe... Or drawing art, making paintings. Well, if you select people based on these criterias, you could identify common behaviors of people who are likely to like video games are also likely to like, say, strategy board games, while people who like painting are also likely to like arts and crafts. And so you can start finding commonalities based on core interest. And so that's basically how the test is working here, is identifying you based on what already exists and then figuring out key patterns of behavior amongst those groups rather than trying to force a category onto you, which is what most psychology does today, and it doesn't work. All right, let's see here. Is Singing Owl here?
She is not.
All right, who's up next?
Not that I've seen. Ducky Owl.
Ducky Owl, it's time for your reading.
Like pretending to have dementia, maybe?
Ducky Owl, is she pretending to be a fraud?
She's asking to be owlified. She's already owlified.
Ducky Owl is already owlified. What are you talking about?
I don't know. But what would you like, Ducky Owl?
All right, let's get a reading going for Ducky Owl. We'll figure out what's going on here. Ooh, very interesting. Yes, exactly. It's basically like if you like this, then you will also like other things, that kind of thing. All right, so what we see popping up here is the 10 of Swords. So 10 of Swords is a really intense card here. So what this represents is being in a situation where, as you can see, not a very happy one. This is about the completion of an intellectual journey. This is about gaining wisdom that makes you feel backstabbed, betrayed. It feels like you've been lied to, and this is a painful experience. This is knowledge that leaves us feeling broken and defeated. However, it's important to be looking on the bright side here and realize that while this is such a devastating experience, it is still an intellectual one. Let's be grateful that this isn't happening in the real world and that this is just something that we've gained knowledge about so that we can avoid it in the future. So, the way to take this in the positive light is be happy that this story has come to an end and a new story is about to begin. And more importantly, let's be happy it happened in the intellectual realm, not the material realm. So that's what we see popping up there with this 10 of Swords. All right, who's up next?
Stomper Owl.
Let's go, let's go. Stomper Owl in the house. Let's get a reading.
Would you like general?
Let us know. Let us know what you'd like a reading.
Different.
Ooh.
So yeah, I love the personality types.
I enjoy them a lot too. It's like the video game characters of people, and it really, what I'm really excited about with introducing here, and again, always thinking to the future here, and again, the future comes as soon as we grow it. So the more people you guys invite and bring here, I mean, this is a totally free experience. The only way that we make money is when people choose to support us directly or when they buy the Wizard Library. That's the only way that we make a profit around here. And so this is all provided for free to build a community. So invite your friends on in, and we're learning how to jump. We're getting in shape. We're learning about philosophy. We're learning how to build stuff. We're learning about ourselves, self-knowledge. And I see a future where we can use the knowledge of our personality types to build teams of the owls. How cool would it be to combine team members? It's like, oh, we got an ENTP here. He's going to generate a bunch of ideas. Now let's get the people who like to build machines from ideas together, surround them around. Boom, let them go and launch their own stuff. And then we promote them within the community to get them off the ground. That's the kind of future that I'm looking for, guys, and I know that we can achieve it. It's just a matter of time. The more you invite people, the faster it's going to grow.
Indeed.
Has Stomper Owl appeared?
Stomper Owl said, "Oh yeah."
All right, I'm going to take that as a general reading. Let's go ahead. Oh, well, one of the cards is upside down. I'm going to give this the big old shuffle. Is Ducky Owl impersonating that they are possessed or something? What's going on here?
I don't know, but Cheesecake Owl said, "My mom is watching and thinks tarot cards are satanic."
Oh, well, she's incorrect in the fact that the cards themselves, these are paper. Here, you know what? You're right. Let's swap to a regular deck of cards. This is a deck of cards right here. It's the intention behind it that gives things their power. For example, if you want in worship to say, oh, I don't know, this chapstick here, that would be satanic because you're putting something above God. I don't do that. I worship Jesus Christ. He's my Lord and Savior. So what these cards represent is a mnemonic system, and that's a technique for memorizing information that you use in your brain. So each one of these represents books of archetypical story and philosophy over here that help people move forward on their hero's journey. So I'm using magic and illusion, like magic tricks, like look, that kind of thing. And we're using the techniques of cold reading to help people figure out what story are they on, what character are they, and then what information do they need to help them move forward on their hero's journey. So there's nothing supernatural. We're not talking to spirits. We're not talking to angels. We're not talking to demons. None of that stuff. The only spirit I'm involved with is the Holy Spirit, and that's not what I'm doing here. This is just memorization, and it's something anyone can do. I do use these tarot cards for my mnemonic system because they're bigger and they are visual, and they just look a little bit better on the camera instead of that. But I can do it for you with these if it makes you feel better as well. So we'll do that right here for Stomper Owl. Let's go. Ooh, so popping up here is the 3 of Spades. So the 3 of Spades is about growth in the logos. So what this is saying is that right now what you need to do is focus on learning and growing intellectually. So what this is telling us here is that we need to go on an intellectual journey and gain new wisdom. So what this is saying is that right now is a small time in your life where you don't get opportunities to really educate and grow yourself all the time. Sometimes we have to sit down and apply our knowledge. So let's sit down and take advantage of this opportunity we have now to intellectually grow. I recommend books like Marcus Aurelius's Meditations, or you could check out C.S. Lewis's Mere Christianity. These are great books to gain a really solid education, and they can help you grow for the rest of your life. So that would be my recommendation there for you, Stomper Hour. I hope that helps you out. Hope that gives you some insights. Let me know in the comments below. And if that helped you out, let's find out. Boom! So who is up next?
That was 3.
3? That was 3? I thought we did 2.
Oh, because
Singing Owl never appeared.
Well, we don't have anyone else, so...
All right. Nobody else? Nobody else? We're good? All right, let's go, let's go.
Oh, no. Cheesecake Owl said she left the room and told me to forget about it.
Uh-oh. Well, tell her that she's right. If she's upset, listen to her. Your parents are always right. All right, let's go, let's go. Let's get another reading going.
Anyone else want a reading?
Anybody? Going once. Oh, no, that was Stomper Owl that was looking for one.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to the next segment. All right, guys, so now this is the end of the more kid-friendly segment here. So we're going to drop the Discord link here. Now we're going to be moving on to more adult-themed content where we do some pretty crazy and wild things. So what we're going to do is drop the Discord link in here for you guys. Alex is looking for a reading. We'll get him one here in just a bit. Okay. So that's for you. We're going to be doing spooky stuff. We're going to be looking into some more serious stuff, doing humor that's a little inappropriate. So if you are under 18, now's a good time to go on and go to bed because sleep is important, but you are still, of course, a part of our community. That is no negative reflection on you at all, or you might just not like spooky stuff, or maybe you just need to go to bed for work. Those are all valid reasons. School, exactly. So the Discord link is down there for you to join. You are 100% a member of the community, and that is our link there for you guys. So, oh gosh, time to get chillified. It is pretty soon time to get chillified. Let's get a reading going for Alex. But today we're not going to be chillifying. We're going to be doing something a little different, but whew, let me tell you. It's not getting better.
Oh, no.
All right, so we got the 4 of Diamonds for you. So, no problem at all, Cheesecake Owl. So we got the 4 of Diamonds. I like when you bring your family. I think that that's important to bring your family because this is a community about building our family relationships, not breaking them. A lot of these things on the internet, they're about like telling you your parents suck, and I don't think that's the case at all. I think parents are smart and that the family unit is good. I think that we should promote families and build strong families. I want to be a source of entertainment for all of you guys. So that's my goal, is so that families can come together and enjoy entertainment together and bond together like they used to before this technology started tearing people apart. It's terrible. So, Alex, what we got here is the 4 of Diamonds. So what this is saying is right now is a good time for us to focus on mastering our material realm. Let's put a lot of our energy into getting our material situations solid and and stable. And this is going to put us in a strong foundation to help us help more people. So it's difficult to help others when we can't help ourselves, is the common cliche you hear thrown around. And so what this is saying is, let's focus on getting income for ourselves, food on our table, a house for ourselves, all of those material needs. Let's master that first, and then that puts us into a position where we can help more people. And so that's the 4 of diamonds popping up there for you, Alex. I hope that helped you out. Hope that gives you some insight. And we're going to move on to the next video. I wouldn't wish chillification on my worst enemy. Oh, no. Oh, man, I can't wait until OPBs finishes that clip, because we're going to drop it in the Discord, and we need to find every single Chili's Facebook group ever made, and we need to drop that in there. We've got to. We need that guy to find it on LinkedIn. And this has to be a morning meeting at Chili's. They have to have a morning meeting about it. All right, so we're going to be moving on to the next incredible video that's going to give you a chance for you guys to clear on out. Just as a reminder, if you're under 18, this stuff's going to be a little bit more intense. So if you don't have parents' permission, please get their permission first. And we're going to be moving on to some more adult content here. So let's take a look at this next incredible video, which is not adult content, but it's a chance to give them a chance to get that buffer and clear on out, or bring other people in. So we got a bizarre bat goes batty. This is pretty intense. This is just some rando bat who just decided he's had enough of this chick, and well, let's see what happens.
Is he gonna do something about it?
Is the owl up? We're good? All right, cool. So this bat just out of nowhere is flying around. So they're just chilling, checking out a bat. We used to have these over in my neighborhood as a kid.
Really?
Yeah. Very weird that they're flying. It's flying around out in the woods, though. Don't they usually live in caves? Yeah.
We used to have them in...
But it's flying out in the day, too.
Yeah.
Extremely rare to see that anywhere. Oh, God.
Oh! Oh, it's landed in her hair! What? It has decided to make its home in her hair. Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Oh, do you think it has rabies?
I did.
Oh, it's nippling on her head!
Oh, just drive it.
It's eating the bug out of your
Oh, he's
hair.
clicking to try and freak it out. That's smart.
Oh, buddy. You're gonna have to take a shower.
Wow, she's very calm. I'm proud of her.
Mom, you're gonna need a shower.
Thank you for your advice.
Touch it, Kinsey.
Touch it.
No, what if it comes up?
Just touch it. You didn't touch it.
Yeah, she did, liar.
My head.
No.
You booked it.
Kenzie, stop touching it.
Oh my gosh.
No.
She's acting like this happens all the time.
I know. Why is she used to this?
Here, somebody video this.
That is oddly confident in removing. Where is he? Oh, he's going deeper into her hair. Oh my gosh.
Hang on.
Oh my word.
Will you hold still?
Yoink it.
Why?
Just yoink it. Did he get it? Woo!
Why
My
is she
word.
so intent on being in her hair?
I don't know. Maybe she just smells really good.
Would you do that for me?
Yeah.
Take a bat out
Are you
of it?
kidding me? I'd hit the bat with the bat.
What? It's
Yeah.
in the head.
Exactly.
What?
Oh, you'd be fine. You just, you walk it off.
Wow. Maybe she uses fruit-scented shampoo.
Fruit-scented shampoo is OPV's theories. Stomper Owl says, bats will live anywhere they can get shelter. We once had them living behind the out of a basketball hoop. What? A bat came into my house before because my brother left his window open at night. Wow, that's crazy. What? We got negative energy going on? What's happening?
Giovanni doesn't like scary videos.
Oh, that's okay.
Only likes positive energy.
That's all right.
Alex says for his reading. That was right on. I just decided not to pay for more data this month, and it will be running out. The internet is very distracting, and I need to work on myself.
That's awesome. All right.
The internet is very distracting.
It is. It is very distracting. It's an ENTP's dream, though, really. Could probably be dangerous. No, I think the INTP could probably utilize it as well. All right, boys and girls, so that is the incredible video. We're going to be moving on to our more intense segment here in just a bit. So I'm going to be rolling the disclaimer in a bit here. I'm going to be playing a character. We have some nice chilled up, ice cold water in a bottle that looks like alcohol. Now, this is a bottle of water. I don't recommend drinking. It would kill you if you drank in the ways that I drink during the show. That being said, we are going to be playing the character of a raging madman advertiser guy who is going to be critiquing some, let's just say, less than savory advertising. This is all in good fun. We're going to be doing some interactive fun stuff. So now is a good time to invite your friends. If you have any, if you have a friend that comes to mind when I say the word troll, now is a good time to invite that friend, because we're going to be having a little bit of fun over on a wonderful multi-billion-dollar company that I think you guys will recognize and be shocked at the kind of advertising they're doing. All right, we're going to get this disclaimer up here. Give them a chance to read it. All right, boys and girls, I think we have given enough time for this, so let's go ahead and pour ourselves some beautiful beverage here. Actually, hold on. We need to do that for the camera. Okay, so one second. This is for OPV's edits here. All right, boys and girls, so let's take a look at our copy critique for today. I've got a question for you guys. Copy critique question of the day. Let's get the owl so it's really nice for your transition. Here we go. So, copy critique question of the day, boys and girls. What do you guys think about this headline right here? Copy critique. Is Burger King starting Armageddon? That is the question of the day. We're going to drink to that right here in the Skull Cup as we drink to the death of our enemies and the falling of horrible companies doing terrible marketing. Cheers, my friends. Let us begin. Copy critique. Is Burger King starting Armageddon? So, Burger King last year generated $1.78 billion in revenues selling their crappy burgers. That, on an estimate, a completely gross estimate. Of course, we couldn't possibly know. This is assuming a 10% margin of marketing and advertising of revenue. They're looking at a koozie $350 million ad budget for the year. So let's take a look at their ads. Let's see what kind of ads they got for $350 million. Shall we?
Burger.
All right, let's take a look here. So the title of this video is called Burger King Whopper by Heart. Go on.
Burger King asks people to describe the Whopper by heart.
Ooh, the Whopper. You can taste the fire. I love the...
You can taste the fire. Does anyone here want to describe the Whopper by heart? When you think of describing the Whopper by heart, do you think of fire? Because what I'm seeing is a bunch of people saying, what the heck is a Whopper? Oh, right. They have like their own knockoff of the Big Mac, right?
The candy.
Right. What?
The candy. The chocolate covered.
Oh, she thinks of a malt. So Alex thinks of a malt ball. Okay, and so a lot of people are really confused here. What is a Whopper?
Pickles, I love the lettuce and the tomatoes.
Love those pickles.
They love the pickles. Notice that they're describing all the things other than the patty and the anything that makes it a burger.
Sesame seeds on top of that bun.
The sesame seed bun is the Big Mac that's known for that, my friend. That's the Big Mac, I believe, that you're describing there.
There's nothing like it. flame grilled patties.
Me encantan. I'm getting hungry. Do you guys have a Whopper?
People crave the flame grilled patty, the freshly cut veggies, the toasted sesame seed bun with mayo. They crave the Whopper and nothing but the Whopper. That's why we removed all.
They crave the Whopper and nothing but the Whopper. So no one wants the Big Mac. No one wants the Big Mac.
Colors, flavors, and preservatives.
No colors, no flavors, no preservatives. Well, I can see the color red and green and a brown. So what do you mean by no colors? No flavors are in this thing, so it's a flavorless burger. So if I bite this, it's just air. Just, you don't taste anything at all. Guys, the Whopper has no flavor, it has no color, and it is not preserved, so it's probably rotten, too, in my opinion.
This is from artificial sources.
From artificial... Oh, thank you for that little part at the end there. Thank you very much. The Whopper and nothing but the Whopper.
Your way, way better.
Your way, way better. Free delivery. Okay, all right. It's not that bad. I wouldn't say it's the worst ad. You know, they covered the food. Yeah, every person you asked didn't even know what a Whopper was. I get that, but, you know, they're trying to get the people going, all right? I'm not going to go and fire my marketing team for this ad. However, as you can see here with the downvotes here, 409 upvotes. They've got 448 down. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I got my math there. 449 downvotes on this video here, guys. So I'm not looking too hot, not looking too good here, but we're going to give it the thumbs down here. And, you know, this is their comment section. If you want to leave your feedback, this is Burger King. I think we're going to find some better videos for feedback, though. So obviously this didn't go over too well. Obviously, 449 downvotes to 409 upvotes. That's a pretty bad ratio. They got nailed in the ratios here, guys. So let's see how they pivoted. What do you guys think the pivot is for Burger King? So they launched this ad. It doesn't go too well. What are your thoughts? What comes to mind as a strategy for you? What would you think you might do differently with this ad?
A blind taste test.
Oh, Peepees wants to do a blind taste test, I would assume, between Whopper and Big Mac?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So blind taste test between the Big Mac and the Whopper.
Or like the Carl's Jr., whatever they have.
Right, Carl's Jr.'s burger.
What do they have?
I don't know.
Famous Stars?
Something. You know, they're all terrible at
whatever
branding.
Their burger name is. Famous
Exactly.
Stars.
So you do a taste test. That's a great idea. What's the chat? Chat got any ideas for us? What would you do?
They like homemade burgers.
They like homemade burgers. Okay. So they would say maybe advertising a more fresh homemade feel, perhaps. Okay.
Maybe something with a patty bigger than 1/8 of an inch.
Grow my own food. Something with a patty that isn't 1/8 of an inch. Okay. So what I'm not seeing here is promoting rioting and looting. I didn't see anyone in here promoting the advocation of domestic terrorism. So you guys apparently aren't marketing geniuses like Burger King. This one's got the similar problem here, guys. Oh no, it looks like this one's got 97 upvotes, but only, oh no, it's got 129 downvotes. What could possibly be going on in this ad? Let's see what the marketing geniuses over at Burger King have for us today. Now, keep in mind, they ran this ad during the violent protest and the burning of buildings and cities. This is what they thought was the right ad to run during this time. The title of this video is called Burger King Bar, You Mad? ? Get Angry. That's it. That's the entire ad, guys. That is the entire ad from Burger King. They literally just ran this ad to tell people to get mad and to get angry and promoting burning things to the ground. Now, as you can see in the comment section below, people are not happy about this. They're saying absolutely disgusting. How low will you go for sale? Violence? Really? Unbelievable and disgusting. I'm going to give that a thumbs up. Yeah. I didn't think I'd ever see someone say, you mad again, giving that the thumbs up right there. Angry Whopper comeback. Oh my gosh. I have so shame on this corporation for encouraging political violence on Twitter. Milkshakes? Think for 1 second. What if Sansbury said, we've got plenty of eggs. Have fun this election weekend. What if B&Q said, we've got plenty of bricks. Have fun this election weekend. Wow, they are infuriated. Very angry people here over on the Burger King comments. Absolutely crazy. So, obviously, what we can take away from this is Burger King is pivoting to advocating for violence and destruction, anger, and madness. Now, let's take a look. And let's see what their marketing material looks more like. Let's see if maybe they learned their lesson and marketing is going to readjust this brand image. Now, I had to pull this one up on a separate tab here because this one's actually marked for kids. So Burger King is fully aware that their target market is younger children. So they went into their account and set this for kids. So they had to consciously choose this right here. So what you can see here is the save button is not available to me. When I click it down here, this action is turned off for content for kids. So this is 100% designed to be targeting children. So let's take a look. Now that we know Burger King is targeting children specifically with their advertising, let's see what we've got here. This is called Burger King Bar Cows Menu. Again, this is for children. Oh, let's get that volume up. When cows fart, burp, and splatter. Guys, this is Burger King. This is Burger King. They're talking about feces, barf, and splatter from cattle. They are a company that sells hamburgers. Oh, so the cows are killing the world. Okay, so Burger King, I'm assuming, is going to stop selling burgers, right? Because the cows are releasing methane, according to their ad. Or maybe my theory's correct. This is where I'm starting to ask the question, guys. Is Burger King promoting Armageddon? Are they trying to start Armageddon? Maybe this is a manifesto. Maybe the first one was get mad, get angry. They are getting all the people upset. The second part of their plan is they are mass producing pollution through their cows on purpose, and they're letting us know what they're doing. Again, this is for children. So if you go to Burger King, you will pollute the earth and everyone will die and it will smell bad. It will be covered in cow feces, farts, and barf. Is that the takeaway here, Burger King? The Burger King takeaway for the children. Keep in mind, targeting children here. We want them to know that if they eat at Burger King, the entire world will die. And it's all our fault. Got it. Good to know, Burger King. Oh, would you look at that? That's just a nuclear gas mask that's being brought in for a post-apocalyptic scene for the child. What appears to be some sort of military jet that's flying through ominously through the air to, again, the children. He has a bedazzled gas mask.
What?
Now we have children in bedazzled gas masks dancing in the toxic fumes of the earth to celebrate the destruction of the coming planet. Is this not the poster child? If I took a picture of this right here, put it on a thumbnail, would you think that this is a post-apocalyptic Armageddon themed show? Because I would. It's going to change the climate too. Now the sun is exploding and shooting laser beams through the skies because of the cows, and the world is burning to pieces.
Gee, is it hot in here, or is it just me?
Is it just hot in here, or is it just me? So the people are dying because of Burger King's cows. Got it. Burger King is committing a genocide on people. Got it. So now the scientists, and you can tell they're scientists because they're wearing lab coats, which is the only credibility scientists have, is the fact that they wear lab coats. Because, let me tell you, these guys are morons. They don't know crap. These are the least reliable people on the planet. If you hear a scientist tell you something, realize they're less reliable than a coin flip. And now they're sinking into the ocean as the ice melts away and they all die. Again, geared towards children. Now, when it says for children content, that means 10-year-olds and below. So they think a good child-friendly content is to tell them that the Burger King's cows are killing the earth, that they're going to need to wear gas masks as the earth burns away and is flooded to death. That's the themes that they think are appropriate for children. Oh, Peevees. I don't know what's going on here, man. Okay, and we get the satanic symbolism. Let's take a look at that real quick, because, you know, nothing says child-friendly like Illuminati symbolism. Is this predictive programming? Is that all the conspiracy theorists are always saying? Predictive programming. Are they predicting the Armageddon? Oh my gosh. How are you growing plants out of seawater? That doesn't make any sense. What you're sticking plants in your hat that you grew out of seawater? That wouldn't work. What are you doing? What is even happening right now? What? Has there been a mention of Burger King at any point during this video? Keep in mind, guys, this is a $350 million marketing budget. What is happening in this video right now? And now they're just singing the words methane, methane, methane. This is child abuse. To put your child into this, to say, we're going to send you into a choir that's going to tell your children they're going to die in a post-apocalyptic Armageddon because of cows pooping out stuff into the air. Every time you go to Burger King, the world dies, but we're still going to spend $350 million so that you buy our burgers so we can keep killing the world with our cows, and the children get to sing a song as the world melts to death. I imagine this is like what they play for you. You know, the CIA, the MK Ultra, when they break like Al-Qaeda members and they're like trying to break them psychologically. I imagine they're just surrounded with this on screens and it's just blasting in all their ears. And it's just this on repeat over and over and over and over again. Now they're walking out of the cow. Low carbon land. Low carbon land. You know what is made of carbon?
Methane?
Life.
Oh.
Life is made of carbon.
I'm reading chat.
So low carbon land is a direct translation to genocide land. If you want to lower carbon, you want to lower life on Earth. So when you're promoting low carbon land, you want a world free of human and animal life. That's a low carbon land. So Burger King's manifesto is that they are going to kill the planet with cow poop and farts and barf and spillage, which I'm assuming is getting onto their burgers. They're going to continue to put $350 million into their burgers to continue to pollute the earth and let your children know that they're going to die and end up in a low carbon land, also known as, I don't know, a gulag? That's another word I could think for that. Gulag is another name for a low-carbon land. A land that removes carbon. Gulags. You know, they're really hyping up the cows considering the fact that they're apparently killing the world. And there's just a burger roller coaster, okay? Since we are part of the problem, They admit that they're literally admitting that they're doing this on purpose. We are working to be part of the solution. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
So you're part of the final solution here, Burger King? Are you part of a final solution to this problem? Know anyone else that wanted to put people away in little camps that were low-carbon camps? Anybody else know anyone who wanted to solve the problem and be the solution by creating little camps with little circus Ferris wheels? I don't remember any. Does anything come to mind? Any historical moments? Jeez. Burger King might be evil. Burger King, I think, is advocating for genocide here, people. Is Burger King starting Armageddon? I don't know. These are all theories that I'm basing it off of just this video I watched here. And I don't have any evidence to support that at all. And, you know, I'm just a crazy, wacky guy that has some crazy ideas and whatnot. But that's what I'm taking away. What do you guys think? What's the chat thinking here?
So Alex was watching the video and interpreting it.
Okay.
And he said, the kid came out of the cow's butt. They are telling you, without telling you, that everything the kid is saying is hot air, not to be taken seriously.
Okay.
And he said, wow, the plants on their heads were being eaten by cows. That was them representing the children as dead and turned into cow food.
Oh my gosh, that is a great theory. The children are dead fertilizer for the plants. They're the low carbon. Wow, that's a brilliant insight there. Oh my gosh. Now, what else do we got here?
Sherlock Owl says, yeah, I came into this thinking, this isn't too bad, but never mind, it's getting worse and worse by the second.
So we've established here, guys, that they are trying to promote and start Armageddon. And more importantly, and this is a key variable, this is why I stressed it, they also have noted very specifically that their advertising is for children. That was made very clear. In case any of you have any questions about that, I want to showcase this for you again. I had to open a separate tab. I cannot save this video here because this action is turned off for content made for kids. They have it turned on for content made for kids. This is telling me to promote YouTube for kids. They also disabled their comments on this. Comments have been turned off. Now, as you can see, promoting the genocide of people, 1/3 of their upvotes or 1/3, I'm sorry, 3 times the amount of downvotes to their upvotes. So 637 upvotes, 1,800 downvotes on this piece of crap. But it's very crucial that we've confirmed here officially. I'm going to click it one more time. Save button, I can't. The action is turned off for content made for kids. So this is established here. Let's take a look at their next ad here, guys.
Well, I have a question about this one.
Okay. So would you like us to go back through it?
No.
From the top? Okay.
No.
Go on.
Stop. Please. So at the end, they said, we know we're part of the problem.
Yeah.
They never gave a solution. They never told us what the solution was.
Yeah, they did. They're the solution. They're going to kill everyone and make low carbon land.
Is that what they
It's
said?
a gulag. They're making a camp. It's a literal direct parallel to Auschwitz.
Okay.
It's, I mean, hypothetically, allegedly, of course, but, I mean, they literally go and take them to a camp that's called low carbon land. That's a gulag. And they're going to turn them into fertilizer, as Alex put it very clearly. It was very clear. Oh, I'm watching the video again. I'm getting sucked in. All right, so we're going to close out of that one. So we've established, guys, very clearly with objective facts, their advertisement is geared towards kids. They have done that on purpose. Let's take a look at their next ad. For kids. The name of this one is Burger King Bar Fire Up. Fire Up 420.
What?
Spicy chicken nuggets are back.
No,
They are actively promoting the use of harmful, psychologically damaging chemicals to children's brains.
Oh my God.
If you use marijuana, which is what 420 stands for, that is a chemical compound that can permanently damage a child's brain up until the age of 25. It is a horrifying, permanent destruction of the mind and will permanently alter it for life. They know their content is for kids, and they are promoting firing up for 420 and eating chicken McNuggets.
This is targeted towards kids.
That's what the video said. 4 kids. So that, my friends, is Burger King's channel that has content that's for kids, and yet they are promoting the advocation of highly dangerous, psychologically damaging, psychoactive substances. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to give this the big old thumbs down here and put, so you promote highly damaging, psychoactive substances on a channel with 4 kids content? Vile and disgusting. You lost my business for life. The Wizard.
Why was my message deleted?
Oh, your message got deleted? Ooh.
In chat.
Ooh.
I said we need to protect our children from these monsters, and my message got deleted. I did not
Wow. YouTube is censoring OPV's message about protecting children. My word. They don't want you to protect children. So, if you guys want to go ahead and leave your feedback, let's find the one where we can do the most damage. Because
it got deleted again.
Oh my gosh, OPV's got censored a second time. Oh my gosh, OPV's is getting censored in real life. I'm not doing it.
What?
Oh my gosh, I downvoted this video, I know, because I hit it all the time, and it undownvoted the video. They are currently censoring us in real time, people. We are getting blocked by YouTube, we're getting censored in our chat, and they're not commenting. No, no one has the ability to delete messages other than you and me.
I am not deleting.
My hands are over here, look. I'm not doing anything. Oh my gosh. Hey, how's it going, Brett? Welcome, welcome.
Should I put it again and show my hand?
Oh my gosh. So I'm going to give that the downvote again, guys. Let's go to Burger King bar, you mad, get angry, and address the fact that they are currently advocating for children's themed content. They are putting out ads advocating for the use of highly deadly psychoactive substances that can permanently damage a child's mind. That is what's happening here, on top of the fact that Burger King is advocating for Armageddon, genocide of people, turning them into manure so that they can become plants, make a low-carbon world, and enter into Armageddon and have the children smoke drugs that will kill their brains. This is what's coming out of Burger King, in my opinion alone. This is based on a feeling I have in my stomach and the content I received into my eyes. Now, those are unreliable sources. You shouldn't trust a word I have to say. Make your own opinion, guys. If you want to go and form your own opinion, go on over here and make sure that, if you really like this content and you think this is good, go ahead and leave the thumbs up and leave them a really nice comment. And if you feel otherwise, go ahead and leave the thumbs down and let them know your feedback below. And that, my friends, is the Burger King copy critique. How are we doing in chat? Let me know.
Lando got kicked.
Lando got kicked out of the chat too?
They said my comments are there, but on my screen it says they were deleted.
What? Oh my gosh. Your messages are here. I'm not deleting my comments. OPV says, hi, Bert. I see that. This is insane. Okay. OPV's message retracted. Oh my gosh, they're blocking people in real time.
Yeah.
This is insanity. So that, my friends, is copy critique. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts about Burger King? Let's find out in the chat below, guys, and let them know your feedback. Are you leaving it on Burger King?
No, in our chat.
Wow, okay.
Look, our chat.
Okay, OPV's is showing me in real time.
I click enter.
She's posted. Okay, I said, wow, Burger King promoting drugs. I'm going to go to McDonald's. Yeah, Sherlock Owl. All right, leave some comments and feedback, boys and girls.
So this one's not being deleted.
Okay,
Maybe
so hers didn't?
Quote.
I don't know. Very weird. Interesting.
But I
Okay.
said we must protect our children from these monsters.
Wow, that's crazy. So which one did you leave that on here? Sherlock Owl, let's confirm that and get her the big old promos.
Can we get the link to the video in chat?
No, technically I'm not allowed to do that. That would be
sorry, Lando, you're gonna have to
but you're gonna have to go and search Burger King. You mad? Get angry if you want to post it there. Which one did Sherlock Owl post it on? We'll use that one.
Probably the 421.
Oh, the 421? Okay, so the 421's the one we're going to go with. Burger King, fire up. Go ahead, let them know your feedback. Give them the down votes, and let's see what we got here. Let's see if Sherlock Owl has been blocked yet. What do we got going on here? I missed the BK Nuggets commercial. King of advertisement. Man, these people are sick. I can't believe it. I love Burger King as a furry. What the heck does this mean? These are some freaks on drugs right here, people. Is there any foot fungus? I agree. Foot fungus is a great question to be asking yourself. Hashtag Burger King foot lettuce. Thank you very much for that important reminder. I totally forgot that Burger King's sole claim to fame is foot lettuce. Please let them know that Burger King is about Armageddon and foot lettuce. How are you doing over there, O-Peeves? I see you spiraling. What's going on?
Look at Ducky Owl's recent.
Okay, let's see Ducky Owl's recent. Screw YouTube. YouTube sucks.
The next one.
She doesn't see Tyler's comments either, or the potential ones. The new DMMA laws are insane. What does this
the
mean?
One where she said testing.
Testing. What is? I don't get it. I don't see it.
You want me to read it?
No, we're getting a lot of bans right now. We're a lot of censorship going on.
Yeah, right here.
Testing YouTube is... I agree! YouTube is! That is agreed. They are the big, hard R's. All right.
It says the new DMAA laws are insane.
Apparently, we're actively being censored as we speak, guys. This is insanity. My word. So, with that being said, that's today's copy critique. Let me know what your thoughts and comments are, and let's see if we can get our comments to show up, because apparently Burger King is currently censoring them. I see my comment. Oh, there's Sherlock Owl. I spotted her. Oh, where was she? Oh, they're knocking her down fast. They don't want her popping up. Sherlock Owl right here. Wow, Burger King promoting drugs. I'm going to go to McDonald's. Boom, giving that the thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Right? Wow. Absolutely horrendous. Oh, I can't even spell that right. Let's use the good old Grammarly. Boom. There we go. All right, boys and girls. Thank you guys so much for letting us know what your thoughts are about Burger King. Now, we're going to be moving on here in just a bit. Yeah, YouTube mods, right? It's crazy. So, that is Burger King. That's a billion-dollar company. Multi-billion-dollar company making $1.78 billion in revenue. So, YouTube mods, if you're in here banning comments and censoring stuff, I'd just like to point out something before we move on to our next segment, which is the following. Take a look at this disclaimer. Listen here, mod. I want you to look at this disclaimer. I want you to read it word for word, because I am following all of the rules. I am currently reporting on news, which is the fact that Burger King may be potentially, allegedly, advocating for Armageddon. It is allowed under the purposes such as criticism or comment or teaching. And let me tell you, I'm teaching them a lot right now about Burger King. So, if you're having any problems in my chat and you'd like to talk, feel free to reach out. I'd love to see how that works out in the arbitration. So, that, my friends, is the disclaimer for today's copy critique. Let's move on to the next segment here, which is the paranormal paracosm. All right.
Calm down.
Let's see here. IRL Dwarf or Goblin. Let's take a look here, boys and girls. So today's video is popping up here. We're going to take a look at a video. Very weird stuff. People claim that they may have found a dwarf or a goblin. So let's see what we got.
Very different things.
Very, very similar things.
Okay. To be uneducated.
Similar size. All right, let's take a look. So these guys just chilling, playing some soccer. Kicking the ball around, nothing weird there, right? And then this thing just screeches by on the ground. Look at this thing, this little cloaked, creepy thing just screeches and runs by them. What on earth is it? And they freak out, they lose their minds. Alright, so I've got two theories. One, real life dwarf caught on camera, or two, it's a 2-year-old in a cloak.
I'd say 2-year-old. They're pretty scary.
2-year-old in a cloak. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts? 2-year-old in cloak or actual dwarf? Let me know in the comments below. What are your thoughts? What are your insights? Let's see what we got going on in here.
Dwarves are bigger than that.
You think they're bigger? So maybe goblin? Maybe a goblin?
Maybe.
Okay, okay. Or a 2-year-old. 2-year-old or a goblin is what we're leaving on the table.
What the difference is, but...
Well, okay, OPV's claiming 2-year-olds are goblins. Confirmed, exposed, OPV's exposed. Hashtag OPV's exposed. She's been exposed. Wow, ghost video. To use a different device to watch Tyler's lives, but I'll go somewhere else. Oh, okay. Why is she going somewhere else?
She gets cut?
Alex is going to leave, is going to be going with the 2-year-old theory. I'm liking that. Okay. It seems staged from Stomper Owl. Seems legit. Liam seems legit. All right. So we got a lot of theories going on here. I'm going to go with, let's go with Goblin. I'm going to go with Goblin because it's the most interesting answer.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking like that would be way cooler if there's just actually goblins that you can just pick up and buy. That would be really neat.
Sherlock Owl says, I think someone with a really high voice screaming.
That could be a 2-year-old. That could be a 2-year-old.
2-year-old, yep.
Yeah, an excited 2-year-old. All right, that's a lot of evidence to support the 2-year-old. I might be leaning more towards 2-year-old now. Sherlock Owl says, wow, OPVs. Ooh.
Yeah, she also said LOL. It's for the lol.
Oh,
okay?
she said LOL. Yeah.
I just want the
laughing
lol.
at you, right? Not with her.
Laughing out you.
She wouldn't support such a terrorist-like idea. My word. So with that being said, let's move on to the next segment, which is a user request for Cheesecake Owl, I believe. The Dante's Inferno.
Yes.
So, you guys were wondering a little bit more about the fictional story of Dante's Inferno, which is a psychological trip of sorts that was a vision, apparently, from Dante back in the day that essentially came to him as a dream that he wrote down into words and brought forth what is known as Dante's Inferno. Now, you guys wanted a little bit of insight into the 9 levels of hell that are described in Dante's Inferno. Now, I thought it was an important point to bring up here for you guys because Dante's Inferno is also has a second part that no one really talks about. It's kind of like Pascal. And there's also the ascension into heaven. They get out of hell and then rise into heaven and escape. And so they don't really talk about that part. Everyone only talks about the Inferno. I guess they just like the darker elements of it, but they don't really talk about the good side of it. We're not going to go over those ones as well, because, I mean, this is long enough as it is. But we're going to go briefly over the different layers of Dante's Inferno right now. All right. Where is it Fruit Flied? Oh, it's going to be Fruit Flied, isn't it? Oh, no. Oh, no.
Is it Fruit Fly?
There's a Fruit Fly.
No, extra protein.
No. Oh, God. I'm fruit flied. I'm without water for the rest of the stream. This is a shame. All right, let's take a look. What's going on over there, O'Peeves? Are we good?
Water?
Yeah, sure.
The bottle.
That's true. I could just drink out of this, but that might be weird for the camera. All right. So what do we got going on over here? Did you need something?
No.
Oh, okay. All right, so let's take a look. Number 1 for Dante's Inferno is the state of limbo. This is where Jesus, these are where the people went that didn't know Jesus Christ existed yet, but were good people. So in this kingdom, you find Socrates, Aristotle, Julius Caesar, and a lot of other people here who were good, noble people who lived godly lives, but they didn't know Christ yet, so they weren't able to get into heaven right away. So that's the limbo state. This is almost like a purgatory state where they exist until the end of the time, until Christ comes back. So that's the first level that we have here, and it's the nicer one, though still not very good. This isn't desirable, but it's certainly not as bad as the other ones that we have in here. The second one that we see is lust. This is run by the demon known as Asmodeus. So this one is about temptation and the pain and tragedy and death that comes about from the pursuit of lust, the heartbreak, the disease, the pain, the destruction of the soul. And that's what's going on here in the dimension of lust with the demon known as Asmodeus. He is a giant beast, kind of like a fish. He's presented as this like cow-like beast who uses a attractive woman, almost like a lure fish, to pull people in and seduce them. And that's the typical portrayal of the demon of lust. Once you get past the second level of hell, you go into the hell layer of gluttony. This is run by Beelzebub. This is where people who overindulge exist. These are the people who come in and this isn't just about food, but this is just overconsumption in general. The people who eat are not just eating too much, but taking too much and just living overabundant lives and not giving to anyone. This is the sin of gluttony run by Beelzebub. Next, we move on to the layer of hell of greed. Greed is run by the demon Mammon. This is a place where the people who are greedy and chose money and wealth over the kingdom of God. These are people who chose to have worldly treasures rather than the kingdom of God. And this is run by the demon Mammon. These people are subjected to a state where they are constantly put into positions of gambling and never winning, always having what they need but not having enough because the need cannot be fulfilled, being surrounded by gold in abundance because it makes it useless to them. That is the hell of greed. Now, we move on into the next realm, which is what Dante calls the realm of anger. However, this would be more aptly described as wrath. This is where you first encounter Satan. He runs and operates. Satan is the demon who lords over wrath or anger, and this is a place where people who are violent and aggressive and destructive and lashed out in fury unjustly end up. So these are where you're going to find people like, for example, Hitler and Stalin. This is the realm of wrath, right in the pits with Satan. Now, it's important to note Satan is differentiated from Lucifer, who is a different person entirely. He's the sin of pride, which is different from the sin of wrath, which is what Satan operates on. Now, that is actually the end of where they follow the 7 deadly sins, and then they start branching off into these more unique levels of heaven, or hell, I should say, that are not grounded in these deadly sins. So the first one, the next one that comes up is heresy. So this is rejection of religions or political norms. So this is very interesting because we see this being added in here as something today you might say like, that sounds terrible. Aren't we supposed to be accepting of all political beliefs and all normal, all things should be accepted, all religions should be accepted? And it's important to note that no, not at all. That's the acts of wolves in sheep's clothing. The most genocides that have occurred in society are by people pretending to be good, saying that they're advocating for the rights of people, saying that these are trying to defend certain people's groups and minority groups. That is the wolf in sheep's clothing portrayal, and that's why it's so far down on on the rings of hell, because some of the most evil and vile people who have ever existed fall under the heresy group. In fact, the one that comes to mind that's the worst is you get this this portrayal of the these pastors. The you've got the protesters, obviously that's evil, but more importantly, it's these evil like the Pope, for example, who's advocating for dark and evil agendas. He's a false prophet committing this vile lie. God hates this more than that's not true. He hates this as one of the highest sins. He actually specifically denounces it in the Bible and says that he hates false prophets. So this is a really intense encounter. And Dante actually runs into another dark pope while he's in hell in this heresy section. Now, the next circle is interesting, and it's about violence. So violence, this is specifically not to be associated with just anger and wrath, which they differentiate from. This is the actual act of violence itself. So this is about people who go and hurt other people or burn things down or steal and commit crimes through violent acts. This is the 8th ring of hell, and it's filled with fallen warriors. And there's actually an interesting element here where Dante actually relates with these people because he finds his own mentor there. His mentor who trained him in battle taught him, but he loved war. He loved the violence of it, and he ends up meeting him there. So there's this weird dichotomy of where Dante is almost being led astray and seeing how close he is to being worthy of hell himself. And then finally, you have the, I'm sorry, not finally. I'm getting my numbers mixed up here. My apologies. The actual 8th one is fraud. So fraud is about deception. This is the false prophets. This is similar to heresy, but this is actively saying that you're part of the church. You are part of something and going out and committing a lie. So corrupt politicians, false prophets, sorcerers, people who are seducers, people who use deception willfully. They know that they're lying on purpose. And so the distinction that they're making there is people who commit heresy can do so without realizing they're wrong, while people who commit fraud are doing it willfully. So that's where the Pope actually falls in. And then the final pit of hell, the ninth pit of hell, is for treachery or betrayal. This is the deepest circle of hell. It's where Satan resides. And it's these circles here where you find Satan, or true Satan, Lucifer, is chained up and frozen in ice. So he's unable to escape because of how cold it's become. And Dante actually runs into Cain from the Bible because he's the original betrayer. And so Dante reserves the least, the farthest pits of hell for those who betray people. In particular, he's calling out people who betray for political or national reasons. And so that is the 9 circles of hell of Dante's Inferno. And that's it. That's the story there. And if you guys want to get an idea of this, if this is sounding abstract to you, there's actually a fantastic movie on this. It's called Dante's Inferno, the animated movie. And it is an animated version of Dante's Inferno, and it's honestly one of the best shows that I've ever seen. It's really up there on my top list to watch. It's a no-name movie. Nobody talks about it. It's an animated style. It kind of looks like anime, but it's American animation, and no one really talks about it. You can Google it and find it. I think it's free on YouTube, and so check that one out. It's a really great film.
Is that for kids?
Is it for kids? Probably not. No. I mean, we're in the adult section of the show now, but yes, definitely not.
Adults only.
Definitely an 18-plus show. If you're not familiar with the full story of Dante's Inferno, there's a lot of inappropriate stuff. You know, he's got a wife, and his wife is murdered and dragged to hell, and he runs off into hell to chase her down, and that's how he gets into this whole mess. And it's extremely graphic, extremely violent, but very, very deep and insightful.
There's a quote in Lord of the Rings that I love.
Okay.
And it's Faramir, and he says, I do not love the sword for its sharpness, nor the arrow for its swiftness, nor the warrior for his glory. I love only that which they defend.
Wow, that's
Isn't
pretty
that
good.
beautiful?
Yeah, that's a good way to stay out of the pits of hell.
Violent circle reminded me of it.
Yeah,
Pretty
definitely.
sure.
Giovanni says, let me help you, Tyler. What's going on?
I don't know. He has like a card up his sleeve. He has magic.
Okay,
I
cool.
don't know.
All right.
But Alex said, I played this video game. It was gnarly. Is this a video game?
Oh, I think there is a Dante's Inferno video game.
Wow.
Yeah.
On what? PC?
I think it's on PS. I saw it on PS something. PS4.
Huh. Okay. Giovanni said, you're not sad, worried, helpless around me?
No, not at all.
Cheesecake Owl asked, what's the punishments?
Ooh, what's the punishments? Jeez, that's hard to do. I don't know that off the top of my head. I do know that for greed, they're surrounded by wealth and gambling machines, but they never win, and the wealth is always available to them, so that there's no meaning to it anymore. It's all meaningless. It's like the roads are paved in gold, the walls are gold, everything is gold and coins, and it's just useless. It's like, you got everything you wanted, and now it's a worthless piece of metal, and you have no one, and you're all alone. Lust is similar, the death and the heartbreak and the terror that comes from not having love and having lust instead. For violence, it's very graphic. They're being run down on a wheel of torture. It's a spiked wheel that goes on for eternity. So there's a lot of different ones there. The betrayal one is you freeze, so it's just cold.
Wow.
Yeah.
Alex said, I played it on Xbox 360.
Ooh, very interesting.
What about for Gluttony?
Gluttony, I think that he feeds you until you explode, and then you do the whole process again.
Wow.
If I'm not mistaken. And then again, I'm going off memory here, guys, so I'm not sure.
Okay.
All right. Well, with that, my friends, we're going to move on to the next segment, which is a poltergeist posits puzzles. So this guy apparently has a poltergeist going on in his house, and so we're going to take a look at what this is and what might be happening. Are we okay in the chat? I'm seeing a lot of random questions and stuff popping by. Anything I need to address?
No, not that I know of.
All right, cool. Let me know if they've turned on.
I think things just got a little weirder. So I got a vase in the corner to show you in a sec.
What?
Alex said the murderers also get boiled in a lake of blood.
Yeah, it's intense.
Wow.
On its own. I swear, like 10 minutes ago, I've been trying to record it, but it hasn't moved. So I'm just gonna zoom in.
So he claims that he has poltergeist activity in his apartment.
I'll show you. That vase right there. Zoom in. The one in the center just moved. I've been trying to record it for like last 10 minutes to see if it would do it again, and it hasn't moved. But it was flush against those other two, and I swear you heard it scrape across the ground. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a tripod, and I'm going to set it. Alright, I'm going to just set this up.
So he's going to set up a tripod and record the vase for us, and he's got it on a time lapse.
Whoa, do you see that?
No, go on.
Oh, shit.
Woo! That thing slid.
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, 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 shit.
Woo! Peasant language.
Shit, 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 shit.
Oh my, that's a very peasant language.
Peasant.
Wow, that thing slid far. Woo! That is some spooky stuff. That is intense. He pushes it. Oh.
Oh, all three doors just closed.
The door is opening and closing on its own. Wow.
Look out here.
Wow. Okay, so that, my friends, is the poltergeist in this guy's apartment. Pretty freaky stuff. What are your thoughts in the chat below? Let me know. Let me know your thoughts.
Colin wants to be a wizard.
Awesome. Well, you know where to start. Get that self-learning course. All right, boys and girls, we have a very special segment here at the end. Today we're going to be going over a topic that's probably going to upset at least some of you, but it needs to be done. It needs to be said. We have a segment for where we usually have our regularly scheduled practical philosophy. Today, we're looking at pseudo-intellectual psychos, the demise of Lobster Boi. So for those of you who are unfamiliar, there was a man named Jordan Peterson. He rose to fame for doing the audacious thing of claiming a very obvious fact known as the fact that there are only two genders. That's a biological fact. No one disagrees with it that isn't mentally ill. That being said, he became famous because of this topic. And despite the fact that there seemed to be no other quality about him that was special, he rose to popularity through the utilization of a magic trick. So, he utilized a cold reading technique, which is the ability to take simple things, make them sound complicated, and then people will misinterpret that as intelligent. Now, I, being a fan of people putting on a character and putting on a show to try and build up some audience, I have no problems with that at all. What I did have a problem with is that Jordan Peterson was wearing the skin of a Christian, but refused to ever say that he was a Christian. And so we sat there, and as you may know, in a few streams ago, I directly called out the Lobster Boi and specifically said, give us a clear answer, yes or no. Well, it turns out 100% he watches the stream, and he responded to us. So we're going to take a look at the response we got from Jordan Peterson to my question.
There's a certain strain of bacteria called Lactobacillus
Shut up.
reuteri
Shut
that
up.
will help you grow
Shut
bigger balls.
up.
And it is
And yes, he does sound like Kermit the Frog, but he is a lobster. Does that look like the face of a man who is very sane?
Isn't obvious to me, and I think maybe I derived this criticism from Nietzsche, but
Nietzsche.
Nietzsche? Nietzsche. You derived your criticism from Nietzsche. Good job.
No, Nietzsche.
You know it's going to be a stupid idea then.
people have asked me whether or not I believe in God.
Oh, yeah, they have. For like the last 2.5 years. I've been saying it over and over and over again, Jordan. Please, go ahead, answer.
2.5 years already?
I've answered in various ways.
No, you haven't. I could have thought that there might be something that is about the theory that belief is a cause of some sort of effect. If you think about how the world is constructed and that there is meaning and it's difficult to understand what the concept of meaning and truth could be, and if you think about these concepts, perhaps there could be someone who is confident enough to not say that there isn't maybe possibly the existence of some sort of being that could be supernatural, hypothetically. You know, you didn't give a single clear answer. You gave a lie, you liar. So let's see if we can get some honesty out of you.
No, but I'm afraid he probably exists.
Oh, there it is, boys and girls. Let's hear the honest answer from the Lobster Boi.
I've answered in various ways. No, but I'm afraid he probably exists.
Got it. Okay, so the answer is no, and then you threw on your little extrative at the end there because you want to feel like you can still ride the wave of Christianity, going and being this wolf in sheep's clothing and preaching evil satanic ideologies to people and the vise of being a quote-unquote Christian. No. This pill-popping man was running a con this whole time. He lied about his faith in God. He is a classic false prophet persona. So now that we know he's been lying to us this whole time, and he's claimed to be an addiction specialist while he was popping pills and telling people life advice, some of which included taking drugs as one of his rules for life. Make sure you take your medicine. let's catch up on some of his old videos now that we know this information, shall we? Why don't we take a look at some of the older videos of him, given the fact that he was high out of his mind on horrifying drugs for a large portion of his life while he was famous. So let's take a look at some of his previous films.
Because I'm a reasonable person, a very reasonable person. My existence is characterized by suffering, and if I wanted to sick my internet trolls on Channel 4, then there'd be nothing but broken windows and riots. Wouldn't that be fun? Look the fuck out.
Peasant language. That's interesting, isn't it? A little interesting, don't you guys think? That it seems a little bit darker when you realize that he's popping pills during these kinds of things.
Oh.
Psycho freak, right? A little dark, a little dark. I mean, gosh, listen to this Muppet. Listen to this Muppet.
Because I'm a reasonable person, a very reasonable person. My existence is characterized by suffering.
Oh, is it?
And if I wanted to sick my internet trolls on Channel 4, then there'd be nothing but broken windows and riots.
Wow.
Wouldn't that be fun? Look the fuck out.
Wow, peasant language part 2. My word. So Jordan, a little dark when you consider the fact that he was a psychopath, high on drugs, telling people not to take, that he's an addiction specialist while he himself was an addict, and telling other people to continue to take their medicine, the same medicine that he was addicted to. Very interesting here. Let's see maybe some more footage of him. Let's see some other classic footage. You know, he has always been known for being this deep intellectual who gives us a lot of insight. So let's see what kind of insights he has to provide us. I'm sure it's very clear, direct, like Aristotle or Plato. You read one line and it's meaningful for life, right? Let's see what Mr. Jordan Peterson has for us.
I should listen to this because I know what I'm talking about, roughly speaking. You're a son of a bitch, roughly speaking. I might kill you, roughly speaking, even though it's actually illegal, roughly speaking. Yeah, I'd like to, though, roughly speaking. And if I do that successfully, roughly speaking, then you die, roughly speaking. More importantly, what did the Ghostbusters hunt down? Factor 1, chickenpox, and Factor 2, puberty, roughly speaking. Hit the other kids over the head with the truck, roughly speaking. Part of the reasons for that, obviously, is that they breastfeed.
So now all this is obviously, we're going in here and we're looking at some of the old memes that used to be, so funny, hilarious, until you realize this guy is a psychopath. This guy is a monster who is preying on innocent people who are struggling with their faith, wrapping them in with his lies, and then coming in, leading them on for years, telling them that, no, I believe in God, it's just not the God part, because then I'd have to be a moral person, and I'd have to give up my addictions,
Roughly speaking. And I think that's true at every level, roughly speaking. Open the gates. Wait. Whap. Roughly speaking. Not right now. What, and you don't know. Whack. No. Stick.
So this is Jordan Peterson, people. This is the great intellectual of our time. This is the second coming of Carl Jung. This is the wise man who, in his own words, has an IQ in excess of 185, even though there's like only 2 people recorded in history who actually had that IQ. So if he did have an IQ that high, it would be the note of Guinness World Records. But hey, what you know, I'm just a psychologist who has access to those tests at any time, so there's no excuse. You
know, you don't know.
Let's take another look, shall we? Oh, we had a nice ad here.
Hi, Alex says you have a great Peterson impression.
Well, thank you very much,
Cocaine. Take cocaine all the time.
Okay, so he's advocating for cocaine use in this video. Neat.
Should be nose deep in that stuff non-stop.
Of course, this is all cut out of context, but, you know, Jordan Peterson, what is the meaning of context? If you don't believe in God by your own admission, what do you derive truth? How is anything I'm saying false? There's no truth. Where do you derive truth from? Jordan Peterson? If you don't believe in truth, you don't believe in God, where do you get your belief in objective truth? And if you don't have an objective truth, then how can you say what I'm doing right now isn't real? What is this, if nothing but another illusion of this world of mundane subjectivity? Right, Jordan? There's nothing wrong with what I'm doing, Jordan.
But you're not. Why? What's wrong with you people? You're ready, man. And lots of people say no to that. That seems rather insane from a scientific perspective. And so, that's smart. No, it's not. What does that mean? Children.
This is the great mind, everybody. This is the great mind. The next coming of Carl Jung.
Having said all that, fire will cleanse everything.
Oh, okay.
Hitler believed, and that's worth fighting for. Jews would disagree with Setu Christian thinking as well. Religion is a superstitious scientific theory. What the hell do we believe these things for? Atrocious things that destruct.
Very, very inappropriate peasant language too. Who would have thought Jordan Peterson a peasant?
Stop people from having religious experiences. Vegans, vegetarians, environmentalists that are operative within a dominance hierarchy. 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 Dominance hierarchies. Dominance hierarchy. Dominance hierarchies. Dominance hierarchies. A dominance hierarchy. Dominance hierarchy. Dominance hierarchy.
Illuminati confirmed. So that, my friends, is the intellectual second coming of Carl Jung, the self-proclaimed person who stayed awake for 23 days because he drank a bottle of apple cider. Keep in mind, the world record staying awake is like 6 days. He claims he was awake for over 2 weeks. And he has an IQ in excess of 185, his own words, of course. And this is the man who claims to be a person who believes in truth. And in his book, if you read Maps of Meaning, he talks about how he had a psychotic break where his own psyche separated from itself and would tell him how everything he said was a lie and not true by his own words and his own omissions. And dear God, I will not bring it up here because this is so vile, so disgusting. You'll have to read it for yourself. Check out, and don't pay him a dime. Go find a way to get it for free if you can. Check out what he has to say about his cousin, his underage cousin, and his relationships and dreams with her. Very, very, very interesting stuff there. And I'm not telling you something that's a hypothetical. I'm telling you his own words. So check out what he has to say about himself and his experiences with his cousins. By the way, I found some photos. You guys may have missed these on Twitter. This photo here, obviously not from Mr. Peterson, the Lobster Boy, but these ones, on the other hand, are from Mr. Peterson. This is him dressed in satanic garb and talking and surrounded in satanic imagery. He decided that this would be a really fun thing to post to Twitter of himself dressed up as a worshiper of Satan, and on the right you have him dressed up as a disturbed psychotic clown. So these are the kinds of images that come to his mind when he thinks, I want to present myself to the world. What comes to his mind is dressing as a Satanist and dressing like this freak show here on the right. So this is what comes to mind for me, Lobster Boy. And let me tell you, I told you so long ago, if you dare play this game and you play it wrong, you go to the dark side, the wizard's coming for you. I'm not going anywhere. I am a lot better at rhetoric than you, bud. A lot better. Watch out. And that, my friends, is today's pseudo-intellectual psycho. The demise of the Lobster Boy. And he's putting on a little show here, everybody. He's trying to get everyone to say, but I'm in pain. My family is the reason for my problems. I don't know why I turned into Richard Dawkins there. Maybe it's because they're the same person. But you know what? He says his reason he doesn't believe in God is because he suffered in pain. Maybe if you read past Cain and Abel, and if you read a little bit further, you might come to the story called Job. It talks about that experience, going through pain. And, you kind of leave out the part where your pain is self-inflicted by your addictions that you claimed you're an expert in and helped people with. How many of the people you helped turned back to their addictions, Peterson? Sick. Absolutely sick. Absolutely vile. Could you imagine if I sat around here and was like, the reason I don't believe in God is because I had nerve damage in my arm and I lost my ability to do my art and I thought everything I loved was gone. No, I turned to God. You know why? Because I actually believe in him. I don't believe in the abstract concept of what could be a God. I didn't sit there as I felt like a sledgehammer was smashed across my funny bone every single night, 24/7, with my ability, all the skills, all the talent I had put in my life into a talent, and it was gone, stripped away from me. I didn't sit there and say, I don't believe in God because I'm in pain. I turned to God. That's what you do when you have faith, Peterson. God isn't a genie who you rub the magic lamp and get what you want. He's the Logos. He's the truth, the thing you lied and said you were about. Maybe you should read some more Socrates and a little less Nietzsche. Absolutely disgusting.
Nietzsche.
Ugh. God. And so with that, my friends, that is the demise of Lobster Boi. I highly recommend not checking out his stuff ever again. He has nothing of value to say because his premise is on lies and falsehood by his own omissions. He has no path to the Lord, only a path to sadness and depression and disgrace. Let's move on to the live wizard readings. Who's up next?
We actually don't have any.
That's fine. That's all right. Let's see how the chat's doing. Have we lost everybody? Have we lost every single person?
Not every single.
Okay. How many people are angry and upset?
I don't know. Probably several.
Okay.
We still have 6 people here.
Great. What kind of comments do we need to address? Anything here?
Alex said he was tested at 147 IQ, and he doesn't know much about it, but his mom told him he was tested at a young age.
Who, Alex was,
Alex.
Or Jordan Peters?
Alex.
Oh, got it. Nice, okay.
And Ducky Owl guesses my IQ up in the 200s.
Wow, okay. OPV's operating at the high IQ of 200. Very impressive.
You can attest to that, I'm sure.
Oh, yes, 100%.
Vouch for that.
No, not at all.
What would you guess me at?
I don't ballpark IQs. That's not fun.
Yes, you
It's
do.
better to leave the mystery.
Publicly.
Yeah, it's better to leave the
You
mystery.
ballpark.
The mystery. Let's just say
I'm using that as a testament.
I've definitely met banana slugs that are a lot slower than Alex. So, above a banana slug for sure.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I think I'll use Ducky's
Significantly higher than a banana slug.
Yeah, I'm going with Ducky. She said, and I quote, "You seem smart."
Oh, wow. That's a good one.
End quote.
What if we add hers to mine?
Ducky Owl,
You seem
2021.
smart. Much smarter than a banana slug.
No, I'm gonna leave your part out.
Oh, okay. I thought mine was a little bit more
Sorry.
descriptive, a little bit more memorable.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah,
Is
I
it's
think
more
descriptive, more memorable.
No. It's too descriptive. We'll need a comparison.
Do we have any comments, questions, or concerns to address in the chat? Are we good?
Sherlock Owl says, in all caps, no one will ever know my IQ.
8 billion.
Whoa.
I got 8 billion IQs for Sherlock. Anyone want to bet? Raise me an IQ for Sherlock Owls?
I don't know. What's the top?
The top is like really, really smart is like 165. Like that's like the single, like absolute genius. Like the smartest you could possibly, everything after 135 is typically considered irrelevant in terms of all careers outside of a few exceptions like math, theory, and philosophy.
Okay.
So
yeah, about 8 billion.
Yeah, like 150 is considered to be exceptional. Like you're talking about, and now it's important to note genius is not IQ. So genius actually is a creative act that occurs that has nothing to do with IQ. IQ is just processing speed. So the ability for you to figure and learn something out very quickly.
I have a new quote from Dr. Owl.
Okay.
She says, "I seem much smarter than you."
Whoa.
Woo!
Wow. I agree. Any other stuff?
So you're closer to a banana slug than me?
Oh, for sure. I could empathize with the banana slug.
You don't empathize with it.
Yes, I do.
What?
I love to empathize with people. I just don't do it in the way that you do. It's different.
How do you do it?
I read the room of people and I analyze them as data sets and I go, ooh, data.
Oh, okay. I have a question for chat.
Okay.
What personality type should we do next?
Oh, that's a great question. Which personality type should we do next? Let us know in the comments below. If you guys don't have one, we're going to go with ISFP and it's going to be OPVs.
And Singing Owl.
And Singing Owl. If you guys have a input on it below, let us know. Let us know.
You know why I like my personality type?
Why?
Because Marilyn Monroe was also an ISFP.
Ooh, Alex likes it because Marilyn Monroe, a very awful woman. Now that I think about it, right?
No.
Isn't she the one that's known for being a little weird?
Yeah, those were all rumors and lies.
Oh, okay. All rumors and lies. Interesting. Interesting.
She was a
Oh,
wonderful
we got one
person.
from in here. INTF.
INTF?
Ooh, did we already do that?
I don't know. Maybe?
Interesting. All right.
INTF.
That's Sherlock was
we
the
did
one we did today. It was INTP.
I know we did INTJ.
We're gonna have to go back through. Oh no, I should have kept
It's
a
only
list.
been like 3.
We've only done a few. This
we
is
did-
intense.
we
I
did
am
the
INTJ. Got it. Okay.
We did the INFJ.
INFJ. Okay. Okay.
And the INFP.
Okay. And we did the
ENTP.
ENTP and INTP. Awesome.
Yep.
All right.
Okay,
She meant
INTJ.
INTJ. INTJ it is. Okay, we'll do INTJ next. We'll get that one on the list. Awesome. Is there any other questions, comments, concerns? Anything you guys want to hear?
Any questions?
Ooh, Sherlock Owl wants to wait on hers. All right. All right.
Ooh.
Which one is she?
Which one is Sherlock? INTJ.
She's INTJ.
Oh, she's INTJ, but she wants to wait on me?
Oh, okay. Then let's do ISFP. We'll do ISFP tomorrow. We'll do ISFP and get that one in there, and we'll analyze OPVs. What?
That was a lie, Alex.
Wow.
Alex says, yeah, speaking of Marilyn Monroe, she was known to be promiscuous.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
A lot of myths and lies.
All right,
They're
okay.
just jealous.
Wow, all right. Well, with that being said,
Educate yourself.
let's go ahead and close up the stream. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for the support. Remember the How to Jump Challenge, my friends. Let's get the How to Jump Challenge on board and get some friends, and let's beat Michael Jordan together. We're going to beat him. Join the Discord. I'll drop that link one more time here, and then we'll close up the stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let us know your guys' feedback. What did you guys like? What did you not like? And let us know if you liked one particular type of content over the other. Let us know, and we will update the show accordingly. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you all tomorrow, same place, same time, Monday through Friday, here at 8 p.m. Pacific Coast time. What are you
That's a great
getting?
song, by the way. Promiscuous Girl.